Well, hello, everybody. Today we're here again with America's favorite dermatologist, Dr. Tess Mauricio.
Hello.
And we're doing something a little different today.
It's different. We're actually in our surgical center here in Escondido, California.
You're all over the place.
Right, and today I am wearing my surgeon outfit.
And your
right?
surgeon shoes.
And my surgeon shoes. Check those out.
That's right.
And you gave them
Makes
a
me
thumbs
feel
up.
tall.
I know. I have
Love
to
it.
tiptoe next to Patrick.
There you go.
So what we're going to do today is really one of the cutting edge technologies to use our body, actually our fat cells.
Okay.
To use our own fat cells.
And in the holidays, I have plenty of extra fat right now, so I'm willing to donate.
There's money from everyone,
Absolutely.
right? So what we found is, studies have shown that fat cells actually have the ability to have what we call regenerative progenitor cells. These are very specialized cells that are very early in their maturity. And we basically extract your fat, and we'll show that later.
A little bit right here.
Right. And we're going to use a little tickle lipo to extract and harvest the fat.
Tickle lipo, so it doesn't hurt, it tickles, right?
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
It's supposed to tickle, and then the fat cells get processed in a very special way. There actually is a lab right now in the surgical center that will process the fat, and it will turn it into and harvest those progenitor regenerative cells, and we will inject it in your troubled knee.
Right.
I know you missed my birthday. You missed my 40th
Literally,
birthday.
I did. I was going to DJ because
Right?
I DJ
Yes.
part-time, and I was actually going to DJ your party
know.
and spend time with your family, which I love
And
to
it
do.
was a rainy day.
And I slipped on my driveway, dislocated my knee, ripped all my quadriceps off. It was a pretty bad
I
injury.
know.
And it's been over a year now.
been over
and
a
it's
year.
still a little sore. So this should be a great test
This
of the
is great.
regenerative properties.
Exactly. And what our patients are finding is that, instead of having surgery, or for patients who've had lots of surgeries already and they're looking at knee replacement, this is a wonderful way where we are using your own cells to heal. So it's really cutting edge, and it's really nice because it's your own body. And I want to introduce you to a guy who actually is very special to me and my family. He is our family personal fitness trainer.
Wow.
Yes, and he's had this procedure.
Great.
So he'll get to talk to you about it from a patient's perspective. And
Let's bring him in.
here he is,
Here's the man.
Rico. Come on in.
Hey, Rico, how are you doing?
Patrick.
Come on in right here.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you a little bit. So I guess you had a problem with your knee, huh? And Tessa helped you out a little.
I think so. I think it's working really well. It's feeling really good. It's been about, I think it's about 6 weeks now, about 6 weeks. And my knee, well, I should tell you from the start what happened at the start,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, well, just about 3 months ago, I also slipped like you did. I slipped and hyperflexed my knee all the way back, which it doesn't bend back anyway, because when I was back, a young guy playing football, I injured my knee really badly.
Okay, so you've had that your whole life.
I've had it my whole life, and my knee won't bend back, only about 90 degrees. I hyperflexed it all the way back, and so I tore some more of my meniscus, and it was really swollen up. Of course, I had an MRI. Of course, the orthopedists say, well, there's nothing we can do. You have no cartilage left. We just got to give you a knee replacement. I said, well, I'm not going for that. I'm not going to do it. I know there's some natural ways to do this. So then Dr. Tess said, hey, we're doing this new procedure. Let's do it. So we did it, and it's pretty cool. I think it's
So
really
and how
working.
long has it been since the procedure, guys?
6 weeks.
It's been about 6 weeks.
Okay.
And now, well, they made me rest. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Made me rest for
I heard
4
this
weeks.
guy's
You
on
have
the
to
go.
take it easy because you have to let, right? These are
Anyway.
live cells that we are actually transplanting in the areas. And so you have to give it time to take.
Right.
And so now it's been 6 weeks, and Rico went from, limping and not being able to do the simple things that we do when we work out, to now, you're like back to hiking, you said.
Yeah, I've been doing some hiking. I've been doing some cycling, and it's not swollen up on me, so I'm getting really encouraged. It's feeling pretty good.
Right on.
I think it's going to work. I think I'm going to grow all new cartilage.
Well, you're going to go back and get ready.
Get
and
the room right.
And then
ready.
we're actually going to go through this procedure
We
on
are.
me.
Patrick.
Uh-oh.
It's
Wow.
going to be the.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm in good
No,
hands.
you're in good hands.
Hey, if I put my-
And that's why I brought Rico.
Hey,
to
I
show you.
survived, so you'll
And
survive.
if I put
Yeah,
this
I'll be
gorgeous
tougher on
face in
you.
her hands, hey, what are you
That's
doing?
right. That's right.
That's right.
So,
Yeah,
I'll
your
trust you.
face,
Don't worry about your
your
knees.
knees.
Hey,
Come
we're
on.
good. We're ready to go.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Tess, we'll see you in a
All
little
right,
bit then.
We'll see you guys.
Well, Rico, there's a lot more than just a hurt knee here. I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah.
You've been a personal trainer for over 30 years, is that correct?
31 years.
31 years.
It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe, and you've seen a lot of different things, haven't you?
I have seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
I've been able to work with like hundreds of individuals of all ages and all different fitness levels and different health challenges. And what I discovered was, that we shouldn't be getting old and dying way before our time like most people, and getting old and sick, and dying like it's in the 70s and 80s, When I first discovered that science was now telling us that our genetic potential is to stay healthy to 125.
Wow.
So our lifespan should be 125, but yet we know that in America, our life expectancy is about 80, right? So I said, hey, most people are missing out on about 45 years of good living. So in the late 90s, I started researching, why are we getting sick and old and dying way before our time? And of course, the answer is it's lifestyle,
Absolutely.
Even the AMA will now admit that 80% of degenerative diseases can be prevented, by a healthy lifestyle. So I developed what I call the Ageless Living lifestyle. And I'm very confident that the Ageless Living lifestyle, it's a complete mind, body, and spiritual
Well, it all
system.
connects.
You got to have the whole show. And I'm very confident it'll give most people the best opportunity to avoid disease in old age and live a longer, healthier, more energetic, fun life.
Well, also, you did write a book, correct?
I have a book. It's called Ageless Living.
Okay.
And it's really like a workbook, because if you go through each chapter, what I did, I boiled it down to the real essence of all the important things we need to do to really take care of our body and our mind as well. And so I use it for a workshop. If you go through the whole book, each chapter, then you'll be able to develop your own personalized Ageless Living lifestyle.
Well, what are the most important parts of that foundation? If you could just give it to us in a nutshell.
Okay, I try to break it down to the essential things. We have to breathe right. We have to drink water. We have to eat food. We have to move. We have to have elimination. We have to sleep. And all those things we're doing already anyway, right? But people just aren't doing them very well, right? That's why we know so many people are overweight, unhealthy, and we're having so many health problems. So, and we don't get taught this in school, right? I mean, we should learn how to take care of our physical body in school, but we don't. So I try and teach you just the basic things. Here's how to really get oxygen in your body, how to breathe, how to get the right food and water, and how to just do the right movements and get enough rest and enough sleep. And it's just the basic stuff. So you learn to master the basic stuff. I mean, most all health challenges would just go away.
Now, once again, where can people go? What's your website so they can learn more about what you do?
It's agelesslivinglifestyle.com.
Okay, agelesslivinglifestyle.com. Okay, great. Well, everybody, if you get a chance, check out his website and learn more about what Rico does. I mean, obviously, guys, 70 years old, he has the fitness level of a 22-year-old. He must be doing something right. So check him out. Thanks, Rico. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. It's my.
Well, I get to go back there and experience what you did with Dr. Tess.
No, it's easy.
It's easy? Well, all right. Well, let's do it. Here we go.
All right, so this is the setup, and so the old technique, you just had this cannula, and you would go, in and out. So in a linear fashion, you are creating tracks where there's no fat. So you can imagine if this is under the skin and it's rotating, it's vibrating, it's shaking off fat in a three-dimensional way, it will give us much better shaping.
Okay.
And also that nutational, the infrasonic is basically the vibration that will shake off the fat cells from its bands. So instead of before, we actually had to shear through the fat and tear the bands that connected the skin and the fat and the underlying structures, we can preserve those underlying structures so we don't see loose skin.
Oh, nice.
So that's why we actually can tighten skin, so I can remove 8 to 10 pounds of fat from people's abdomens and not have any sagging skin.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and also it's a lot less invasive. It's more gentle, believe it or not, because of that motion. So it's circulating in a 360-degree fashion like you saw, along with vibrating. First part of the procedure is numbing, and there's that bag there. That's about 3 liters of what we call tumescent anesthesia. And what it is your regular saline IV bag with lidocaine, which is a numbing medicine, plus epinephrine. Epinephrine is very, very important, and you will see later on, because it will blanch the skin, it will close the little blood vessels around fat, and it will literally make this procedure bloodless. You will not lose blood. And this creates a very, very safe procedure.
And so we're gonna stick that needle into me.
Correct.
Oh, that's the fun part, great, okay. And then it'll numb everything.
Yes.
And then we're only drawing a little bit of fat out anyway, so it's pretty minimal.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. The key and the advancement in the whole procedure is we are doing this fully awake.
Yeah.
Patrick has not had any oral medication, oral sedation. He's completely awake. It's just, we already administered the local anesthesia, and I just tested him. He doesn't feel the vibration, doesn't feel any more pain there. We're just letting it kind of sit, the numbing to sit there so that the fat will be beautiful when it comes out.
All right, we've harvested the fat. I'm still doing all right. We got me wrapped up around here with this, what is this, a garment?
Compression,
garment,
yeah,
correct?
so it's a compression garter.
How long?
For probably 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. So
Wear it
just,
under
when you
your
take
clothes.
a shower, take it off. When you put on as tight as you can, right?
Right.
Great,
Very
okay.
important.
And then we have Mr. Needleman here, which is
Korean killer.
the Korean killer. He's gonna give me a Kingdom style injection. Now this is
style injection.
this is interesting. So James, show them. We'll get up close and we'll show them exactly what we're gonna do with this harvested fluid and fat that we've produced here.
Well, we're gonna go right into your knee joint. And they're little seeds, basically. These cells need to attach to the synovial, the cartilage in your joints. You want them to attach and take hold, and every time you move your knee, you're gonna scrape them off. So if you hold still long enough for them to take hold and take it easy enough, maybe for a couple weeks, they'll start to grow and attach and cement themselves and grow and proliferate. So
that'll help with every component of the knee.
Everything. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Ideally,
exciting.
when they're really happy, if they're attached to something and your knee needs cartilage, it'll make cartilage. If it needs bone, it'll make bone. If it needs to make a blood vessel, it'll turn into a blood vessel.
And in the past, we were taught, in medical school, you cannot grow cartilage. But there are ways now, and that's not true for every patient, but there are cases where that has happened. And at the minimum, patients are feeling better, like Rico.
This is interesting. This is actually fascinating.
It's
And
fascinating.
the beautiful thing is, we're injecting your own cells, so nothing bad can happen.
Yeah, nothing bad could happen. All right, well, I guess we're gonna get started.
So
we got 100 million, right, Tess?
100 million.
cells, and we're gonna take 50 million of them right here, and we're gonna inject them into Patrick's knee.
So what we first did is we numbed the skin, then we went in and we found where the fluid was. And I'm not, you could feel it, and then we're just gonna
That's
inject
going in
these.
pretty easily, so we're in.
All right, baby.
Yeah, okay, we're done.
It's weird that, obviously everybody doesn't realize this, but, James has reformed his life. He was a long time Korean contract killer, and now he's healing people. James, thank you. You've come full
Out of
circle.
death comes life.
Well, Tess, I'm back, and it's 1 month since you kind of tricked me a little bit into, because I thought it was going to be just take a syringe and some blood.
Right.
Yeah.
You lost a lot of weight.
I have.
And it's been like a month the last time I saw you.
It's been a month. Well, what has happened is my knee when it was hurt, and I just didn't have the motivation because there was so much pain to do the cardio. Well, what's happened now is I said, well, let me try the bike. So I tried the bike, and I'm like, hey, you know what? My knee's not hurting me as much more. Hey, let me try the treadmill. And then it became fun for me. And then I started to be able to use the leg machines and getting back into a whole routine. And I'm even have more plans, But this is the great start. It's made a big difference for me.
This really offers people an alternative and an option that doesn't require a big amount of surgery.
No, and I was a little shocked because I didn't really realize that you were going to do lipo on me at the time.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, for me, you're amazing because the way you did the lipo was so non-invasive for me because I healed up so quickly. I mean, and this is only a month.
And now his love handle.
One that I had, you had a little love handle.
Love handle.
That's right. And luckily I had more fat on the other side, and the other worked out great for me. Well, just to show you everybody, so you don't think I'm kidding. I mean, hello. Look at me jump. And look, whoop, Michael Jackson, I'm ready. Let's go.
I know.
I couldn't do that. And believe me, I can jump on one leg, jump on this one leg. It's amazing.
And it's one of those things where we really didn't know how it's going to affect you because it can, the results can be different depending on the patient. But The fact that you're not needing a knee replacement, the fact that this could just be accelerating your healing, and then now you're able to do all the things you love to do, which you're so active.
Yeah,
You're back.
it was, you know, the thing was, it's just I was demotivated with the pain. And then, you know, when you get demotivated, some people, they get thinner because they get stressed. But me, I eat comfort food. And I noticed that I was sitting around a lot more, not getting up and saying, hey, I got to put in my medicine, which is my workout. That's part of being healthy.
That is absolutely right. The most important
And when the
part.
pain was just holding me back, and then thanks to you, Dr. Tess, I mean, I never knew what I was in for, but guess what? Not only did you take care of my skin, now you actually helped me out with the rest of my body and my knee and changing my whole physiology, because, I mean, this is just the beginning.
I am so amazed, and I don't even know if it's translating on, you know, on TV, but Patrick,
well, they always say that's 10
looks
pounds, but
amazing and younger, leaner, and just healthier. You just have that healthy glow because you're moving.
I feel more energy. I feel healthier, I'm motivated, and I'm excited.
That's it. We're living life to the fullest, and we're using our own natural ability
Absolutely.
to heal.
I love it. There you go, Dr. Tess.
Okay.
Making it happen.
Making it happen.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Well, you know, last night I'm sitting at home just relaxing with my dogs, and all of a sudden I got a text coming through, and it's Miss Tess, Dr. Tess. And you had something pretty amazing, didn't you?
Yes, it's very amazing because we had Auntie Annie, who actually had the same procedure that you had for your knees.
Oh, yeah.
The regenerative cell treatment.
On the same day, I think, in the morning.
On the same day, you guys were actually in the surgery center together.
Wow.
But you didn't get to see each other, but she knew that you were there because we were filming. She actually spent the whole weekend with my parents in Las Vegas because she's feeling so amazing. I wanted her to really share her story because it's fantastic. She was suffering from chronic daily, excruciating pain from rheumatoid arthritis. And it was pain in her hands, her joints, her shoulders, the whole body. She could barely walk. And so this is why I recommended the procedure for her, because she said that her pain was so severe that every night she would cry, and she actually was praying that, you know, that her life just be over because she couldn't imagine living the rest of her life in this much pain.
Yeah, I know you told me that when you asked her on a scale of 1 to 10 where the pain was, it was
Auntie?
like a 10.
Yeah, 10.
10. Where is it? Where would you say it is now?
Oh, it's just like maybe 2 or less than 2.
Yay!
Wow, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
So she's living her life again, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like I'm reborn.
Yeah? So how about you couldn't do anything, you couldn't travel, nothing, right?
Oh, yeah, because when you travel, it's hard to get up from the car.
Wow, and just the sleeping at night, the pain.
Oh, yeah, it's hard. When you sleep at night, it's like, it's hard even to pull your blanket. It's hard to pull it. It's like you don't want to move.
Wow.
Yeah, when you like move on your side, it's really...
That's amazing.
Really
so
hard.
how did you feel when you were getting the procedure? I know did you know that they were going to harvest the fat and everything that was going to happen with Tess?
Oh, I was surprised because I don't know that Tess will do the liposuction on me. I was...
Yeah, you and me
That's
both.
a nice bonus, actually, because look at Auntie now, right?
So they took it in the front.
Yeah.
So her sisters are actually jealous because
Oh my God.
now she not only is almost pain-free, she's gotten her life back. She's traveling with her husband. She can sleep. She's really looking forward to the rest of her life, but she also is sexier.
Yeah, I lost 10 pounds anyway.
Seriously?
Yeah.
She hasn't been
pretty amazing.
dieting. She hasn't been dieting, but she told me she lost 10 pounds just because she can move. And that was your same
Absolutely,
experience.
same here. I don't know if you noticed, but I've lost a little weight myself.
Yes.
But it's because I can do the bike again. I can walk again. It makes a huge difference, huh? You get the activity going. So people, there is hope.
There is hope. I mean, Auntie Annie has seen her rheumatologist. They've done injections, the prednisone, what other medications
The
you have?
Enbrel, the Humira, I tried
Enbrel,
all those.
Humira, these are shots that people get to try to bring down the rheumatoid arthritis, and she was not responding, which is why a lot of people out there were like her, where she was hopeless. How old are you?
Oh, 57.
57.
Okay, so young still.
So young, exactly.
We're almost the same age, so yeah.
57, and imagine thinking that you're gonna live your life in this much pain, not being able to do anything you want, not being able to go out, and even stand. I mean, I'm amazed. You actually noticed she
Yeah,
can move
doing
pretty
pretty good.
fast. She's walking around the casino. She said they didn't win, but
Wow.
my uncle said that she hit the jackpot with the treatment.
Yeah. Wow.
And
Good thing she had you as a niece. You got
Oh,
lucky on that
oh,
one,
yeah.
too. Right on.
well, you know, when she first came to me, I heard Auntie Annie is one of my mom's dearest cousins. Like, they're almost like sisters.
Okay.
And so she actually was, you know, she's been around since growing up for me. And when I heard that she's no longer she can't move, she's in so much pain, she actually went to our LA office to come see me, and then I talked to her. She could barely get out of the seat. She was sitting and she could hardly push herself up. And so I said, Auntie, let's try this. I can't make any promises, which, you know, that's the key, is there's no guarantee how it's going to respond. So that's what I told you as
Absolutely.
well. But, you know, what is the harm? It's your own cells.
Absolutely.
And I said, let's try it. You're at the end of the road as far as options, and let's just see what happens. And she's 2 months ago, Auntie?
Yeah, it's been about 2 months, yes.
2 months.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
she said that before, whenever she would get the shots, it would the relief would only last about like
Yeah, like the 3
3
weeks.
weeks. 3 weeks.
And so
she-
far, how the relief's 2 months almost now, huh?
raise your arms and everything.
Yeah.
She's like,
No more
her
pain on my
swelling.
shoulder.
Yeah, and her hands swelling, her
Yeah.
joints. It's amazing.
Yeah, because I could see where you have this here
Yeah.
still,
Mhm.
but
This
that
one.
and that looks very painful. But it's
Yeah.
not hurting
yeah,
you anymore,
it's not
huh?
hurting anymore. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I can't believe it.
Well, I'm glad to hear
That's
it.
why I wanted her to come. I know
I
she's
see
not,
why.
she's camera shy, but
Right.
I really, I'm so happy she agreed to do this, and I'm so happy that you took my
Yeah.
text at 10:30 last
Yeah.
night, because I really wanted people to know who may be in the same situation as
Absolutely.
you, as Auntie Annie, who's suffering from pain and feel like there's no hope.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking about, Auntie told me last night, she said she never told anyone, but she prayed that her life would end, and she said if it wasn't a sin to end her life, she would have before.
Wow, pain was that bad.
That pain was that
Well, I'm
bad.
glad you're back on the right track
Yeah.
and having fun in
Exactly.
life. And that's what it's all about.
Living life to the fullest and enjoying,
That's
right?
right. That's what it's all
Right.
about. Good job. All right. Well,
Thanks
hey,
to
there's
Tess.
hope. There's hope. And Tess,
Yeah.
not only are you virtually pain free now, but you lost some weight at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. Gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
Well, thanks, Tess. Thanks for bringing me in, and thanks
All
for
right,
meeting you.
Tess.
And I'm so glad you're doing better. All right.
Thank you.